Coily hair. Are people constantly telling you how amazing your hair is? They should. It's the kind that turns heads and gets compliments without you even trying. That's the hidden advantage of coily hair. It gives you volume and shape, no brush required. Coily hair grows from curved asymmetrical follicles that grow out at an angle. That shape twists each strand as it grows, forcing keratin, the protein your hair is made of, into tight spirals and zigzags. Those sharp bends make your curls bounce, but they also make it harder for sebum, the natural oil from your scalp, to make its way down the rest of the strand. So while your roots stay moist, the rest of your hair lives in a drought. But that's not all bad. You can go days without washing, and your hair never turns limp or greasy. And that shrinkage? It's a built-in disguise. Stretch it out, and it can double in length, which means you've got a lineup of styles. Twist-outs, braids, afros, locks, ready whenever you feel like switching it up. The trade-off is care. Conditioners, oils, patience, and a detangling brush that deserves hazard pay. Sometimes those coils get so thick you need thinning shears just to lighten the load. But socially, worth it. Coily hair isn't just a style, it's personality you can see coming from across the room. Curly hair. You know that look everyone tries to fake with curling irons and perms? You wake up with it. Curly hair is what straight hair dreams about. Full, bouncy, and perfectly caught between wild and intentional. The secret starts at the root. Curly hair grows from curved follicles that sit at an angle that's not quite as steep as coily hair. That slant bends each strand into a curve, a C or corkscrew shape, instead of the sharp zigzags or tight springs. The strand itself is rounder, which helps curls hold their shape without tangling into knots. Sebum still has a long trip ahead, but it doesn't hit as many turns, so curls stay just a bit softer and don't need quite as much extra moisture as coils. Curls, though, are unpredictable. They frizz at the first hint of humidity, flatten when you sleep, and somehow manage to grow 5 personalities on one head. You can have loose waves at the crown and tight spirals underneath, and good luck convincing them to cooperate. Styling takes experimenting, lots of product, and a sense of humor, because what worked yesterday probably won't work tomorrow. And yet, everyone still wants your problem. People spend hours wrapping their hair around hot tools trying to copy what yours does naturally, and perms are back in style because of you. Curly hair is demanding, defiant, and worth every minute of attention it gets. Wavy hair. Ever wake up not knowing what kind of hair day you're about to have? That's wavy hair. It's the in-between texture that can look like soft curls one day and straight the next. The good news? Everyone assumes it's effortless. The bad news? It absolutely isn't. Wavy hair grows from slightly oval follicles that tilt just enough to bend each strand into a soft S pattern. Those curves give it natural movement and volume, while still letting scalp oils travel more easily down the shaft. It stays softer and shinier than curls, but has more body than straight hair. The problem is consistency. Wavy hair looks great for a few hours, but likes to clock out early. One side looks like a magazine cover, the other looks like a Walmart run. Products that work on straight hair dry it out. Curl creams weigh it down. It's the kind of hair that does best when you stop trying to control it and just pretend this was the look you were going for all along. When it behaves, though, it's the perfect middle ground. Polished enough to look put together, relaxed enough to look cool. The kind of hair that sells beachy without ever seeing the ocean. Straight hair. Your hair is nothing if not predictable. You know exactly how it's going to look when you wake up, and that consistency is part of its appeal. Each strand grows from a perfectly round follicle, and the roots grow straight out. That shape means the cuticle layers lie flat and smooth, so light reflects cleanly off the surface, giving it that mirror-like shine. Oil glides straight down without resistance, coating every strand and keeping it soft and protected. But the same thing that makes it low maintenance also makes it stubborn. Straight hair gets oily fast, flattens faster, and has the personality of a well-ironed shirt. Neat, but not exactly bold. You can curl it, tease it, or spray it into shape, but gravity always wins. The upside? Straight hair is the easiest relationship you'll ever have. No drama, no extra products, no mysterious bad days. Wash it, brush it, and you know what it will look like. No need to wait for it to dry. It may not beg to be noticed, but it never looks like it needs help. Fine hair. Ever run your fingers through hair that feels like pure silk? That's the hallmark of fine hair. The strands have a thinner diameter and are built with fewer keratin layers, which gives them that silky smooth texture people can't help but notice. Fine hair grows from smaller, round follicles that sit close to the scalp. Because the strands are thinner and smoother, natural oils travel down quickly, coating them evenly. It's why fine hair always feels freshly conditioned. But it also means it can turn limp or oily before leaving the house. Static doesn't help. Those lightweight strands cling to sweaters and car seats or stick straight up like the rules of gravity just don't apply. Now let's settle a common mix-up. Fine hair doesn't mean thin hair, and it's not always straight. You can have a head full of fine strands in any texture. Straight, wavy, even curly. What defines it isn't how much hair you have, but how each strand is built. That silky texture may look polished, but it's also fragile. It's easily damaged by heat and chemicals, slips out of clips and hairbands, and gives up on volume the second you look at it wrong. Still, there's an undeniable appeal. No matter how fast it falls flat or how easily it breaks, it feels like luxury fabric, light, smooth, and impossible not to touch. Coarse hair. Coarse hair doesn't need extra volume. It is the volume. Every strand is thicker, heavier, and tougher than it needs to be. Built like industrial cable. You don't style it for fullness, you style it to keep it from taking over. Each strand packs more keratin layers than average, making it dense enough to resist heat, bleach, and most bad decisions. You can curl it, straighten it, or fry it a little. It'll survive. That's the hidden advantage. Where fine hair breaks, coarse hair just gets a little offended. But toughness comes at a cost. Those extra cuticle layers act like armor, and armor doesn't absorb moisture easily. Natural oils have a hard time getting through, so coarse hair dries out fast and takes forever to rehydrate. You can soak it, steam it, oil it, it'll drink it all and still ask for more. And once it's wet, it stays wet forever. You'll finish an entire movie before it's dry. There's nothing subtle about coarse hair. It's built to last, not to draw attention. While everyone else is fighting for volume, you're over there just trying to fit it under a hat. Thick hair. Thick hair means there's a lot to work with, literally. It always looks healthy, full, and unbothered even on your worst day. It hides a bad haircut better than any other type, and never really looks flat, no matter what you do to it. That thickness comes from numbers. You've got more active follicles packed into every square inch, each producing a strand that adds to the crowd. Together, they create that signature density and weight that make any style look good. The hidden advantages are solid. Thick hair naturally shields your scalp from UV rays and keeps your head warm when the weather turns. Having so much hair also gives you endless styling options. You can braid it, layer it, wear it up or down, and it somehow always looks like you put in a lot of effort, even when you barely tried. The problem? Airflow. Thick hair holds heat like a thermal blanket and traps moisture where it doesn't belong. Washing it feels like a workout, and drying it feels like a part-time job. Blow dryers overheat, hair ties snap, and hairdressers charge extra because they know what they're in for. But thick hair earns its reputation. It's strong, forgiving, and full of life, even if it sometimes feels like it's trying to pull you off balance. Thin hair. Ever felt like your hair was the minimalist in a world of overachievers? That's thin hair. It's not flashy, but it gets ready faster than any other type. It's easy to wash, dries in record time, and never traps heat against your scalp. Thinner hair means fewer hairs per square inch, which gives it that airy, lightweight feel. The upside? It's comfortable year-round, low maintenance, and cool in summer. You can run your fingers through it without tangles, use less shampoo and conditioner, and air dry it before anyone else can locate their blow dryer. But thin hair doesn't play nice when you need volume. It flattens under humidity, exposes every patch of scalp under harsh light, and is so fragile that heat or chemicals easily cause breakage. Wind blows it everywhere, hats ruin it, and texture spray becomes a way of life. It might not hold a style for long, but it never weighs you down. It has that baby soft feel that's light and delicate, even if it doesn't always cooperate. Baldness. Call it what you want, receding, thinning, or strategically aerodynamic, but being bald isn't a flaw. It's a biological shortcut. You've basically evolved past shampoo. Hair loss happens when follicles get the signal to shrink and eventually stop producing strands. The usual suspect is DHT, a testosterone byproduct that convinces your hair it's time to retire early. You might think it's your cheap shampoo, tight hats, or too much stress, but it's not your lifestyle. It's your lineage. That curse from your mom's side? Cute theory, but your dad's just as likely to blame. And if you're losing sleep over losing hair, relax. It's actually kind of an upgrade. Bald heads dissipate heat faster, resist lice, and show dominance in almost every species that loses hair with maturity. The best part? No split ends, no styling, no guessing if it's a good hair day. It always is. Shine it, shave it, own it. Once you do, you'll understand why bald isn't just bold. It's sexy too. From curls to straight to low-maintenance domes, every head of hair comes with its own hidden perks. You might not love what you've got, but it's probably doing you more favors than you think. Hit subscribe or queue up the next video to see what other advantages you might have.